I'm Kim.
I'm Millie.
And this is Millie, my 10-year-old. And we're glad you're joining us today to talk about our stitching and other stuff. So if you haven't already watched us, we are a mother, daughter, granddaughter team with a couple other granddaughters that pop in, just depending on the week and who's gotten stuff done. But Millie is pretty much always on because she is in love with cross stitch. I like her mom and grandma.
She's our little cross stitcher.
So today is August 16th, Monday. We're a day late. So sorry if you were waiting for our video. We had a busy weekend.
Just kind of snuck away, and before we knew it, it was the end of the weekend and we didn't have time.
Yeah, we decided at the last minute to do what last night?
Go to a baseball game.
Go to a baseball game. In our little town, we have a little college summer league for baseball. So we took the girls and we went and got dinner and we watched the game and cheered and yelled and laughed and had fun. So we didn't end up FLosstubing in the evening like we thought we were going to.
Yeah,
that's okay. We could do it today. Obviously, it's late today.
Yes, it's late. Yes, the sun has gone down.
Yep. Let's see. Do you want to just show your stuff?
Sure.
Let her show her stuff, and then
Okay.
we have to get Daddy to read you guys stories, and then you can go to bed. Okay, Millie has made a lot of progress today. I feel like we're missing something that we usually say or talk about. But
well, sorry, I'm messing with my camera because I didn't like that angle.
Okay, I'll hold it down a little. So Millie's been working with this, which she picked out all herself and wanted the fabric to look like something like this. So we got it.
You, I can tell it's a swan now.
It's looking really good. White is hard to stitch, huh? You feel like it's hard to make your stitches look even? I always do. It's really hard, but it looks really good.
You're doing a good job, sweetie.
Every night, just like I work on stitching pretty much every night.
Yeah.
It looks really good. Do you have anything else you want to say about the week? No.
Did we do anything?
I don't know. Did we do anything? We went to the ball game. I don't know. We went to the park. Yeah.
That was this week.
Yeah, well, last week.
So dog days of summer, which I finally understood what that is. Why they call it that. Did you know why they call it that?
No.
It has to do with the ancient Egyptians and some symbol of the dog. And maybe, I can't remember exactly what it had to, if it was not a sundial, but it had to do with a dog and the sun and August. And it,
like their calendar kind of.
Yeah, I should have remembered before I brought it up. But anyway, from that,
watching knows.
Yeah, whatever it was to them, we've adopted it and call it. They didn't call it the dog days of summer, but because of that tradition of theirs, we like call it the dog days of summer. And the dog day of summer, the official day was like last Monday. It's like the apex of something. Yeah, I never knew that was what it was. So.
Last Monday, a dog day of summer. Yeah, probably. It's been hot here and smoky. Somebody else I was just watching was talking about the smoke too. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, they must be in the Northwest. And now I can't remember who.
Tina was talking. I watched Tina and she has smoke where she is.
Tina Stitches
up in Canada. Yeah, Tina Stitches in Canada. I was sitting here working. Like I had the fan in the other room off today and just the window open. It was cloudy. Some places around us were getting a little bit of rain, but we didn't get any rain. But about halfway through the afternoon, I thought, wow, it's really windy. I've got a tree outside that window and it was just whipping around. And Dad came home and we both had just bad days at work. And he said, why don't we just go out to eat? And so we went out to eat. And when we got out of the restaurant and we're walking to the car, it was about 7 o'clock. So it was still light out, but the wind was still blowing and it really had a fall feel to it.
Oh, interesting.
Because we only barely gotten to to 70 something today when we've been up in the 80s and 90s. So I keep thinking maybe we're going to turn that corner because we do that here. You know, it's like all of a sudden, boom, it's fall. So
yeah, that happens here too, but not till like October.
I know. And we were supposed to get like into the upper 80s this week, and that's not even. I think our highest is maybe on Wednesday at 81, and maybe a chance of some more rain this weekend, which would be so nice because I'm going to can. I have to can my
that'd be nice.
peaches, and I don't want it to be 100 degrees
Yeah.
running that canner.
Wow, we're supposed to only have a high of 73. So I'm in central Washington, and our climate is very different from Western Washington.
Mhm.
We've been in the hundreds, upper
Yeah.
90s for
Ooh.
like weeks, but we're supposed to be in like 73 and then low.
Have you even been out of the 90s since your surgery?
Gosh, I don't think so. Well, there might have been a few 88s,
Yeah.
maybe a couple low 80s, but very few. It's been pretty much just one onslaught of heat since June, since the end of June when my surgery was, and we were up at like
Our high
heat wave.
was supposed to be 75 today, but tomorrow the high is only 70.
Wow,
And then it's 79, 79, 72, 73 on the weekend. So that'll be great if I'm canning.
Today I was cleaning out that my hair was really cute earlier, but then I went out and I was cleaning out the car. It was just grimy. You know how kids are, where they just like, and we're on the go a lot because we have ballet 3 times a week and we have to drive 40 minutes to get there. So we just kind of, when we're in the car, it's a long trip. So there was like crumbs everywhere, and just, so I told them they had to get everything out, which is what they're supposed to do every time we get home, but they don't. So they were supposed to look through all the crevices and find all the trash and like clean out the little cup holders and stuff, which they did a really good job. And then I took the shop vac and vacuumed. But while I was doing that, pretty sure I'm sunburned on the back of my legs because the sun was beating down and the wind kicked in, but it was a warm wind and my hair was like blowing around and the flies went crazy. I don't know if it was from the wind or what, but it was like, I mean, there were probably hundreds of flies in my car by the time I was done. I got this big roll, so I follow 5 Mary's Ranch, 5 Mary's Farms, something like that, on Instagram, and she's kind of like a celebrity ranch, you know.
Yeah.
So I kind of follow her because I like to hear about their life, and she has 4 little girls, about my girls' age. And she, a while ago, said, I usually hate like that fly tape, and like I don't want to use it in my house.
Nasty.
It's so gross. But she said, there's this thing, and it's like a roll of a certain, like a lot of feet of this long, sticky fly paper. And you can put it inside or outside, and it has like a fly attractant on it, but it's not smelly. Like a fly trap is really stinky. So you would never want to put it in or near your house, but I can put that fly paper in my car, and I caught like a ton of flies. And then Jesse was grilling dinner. I had him do burgers while I was taking Rosie to ballet. So he went out there, but he was like super bugged by all the flies.
Yeah.
And when the wind shifted, they all went into this alcove by our lower door, like our front door, like to get out of the wind. And there were just hundreds of flies. Like it was so gross. So when I got home, I put that fly paper on, and I probably rolled out like a 12-inch, 18-inch section, and it is covered. Like you can't even see the fly paper anymore. It's just covered in flies.
Gross.
So thankfully it was effective, and I think killed a lot of them, but
that's a lot of flies not getting into your house.
Yes, like because it was right by the door. So
where'd you order that at?
Amazon has them. I can put a link in down below. If you're having fly problems, I don't know. When you live in the country and you live where like cow country is, it's just flies are just a thing. So when she reviews products, I know that they're good and they're really worth it. So I went ahead and bought some. Actually, I saw some just like it at Lowe's. So I think you can get it at the hardware store too. But
I get those weird flies that come in and they just fly around in a circle in the middle of the room.
Yeah,
remember those?
Like the one.
Huh?
You just get like the one.
No, I'll get more than one, but they just never land. You can never swat them or anything. What I need is a good way to get rid of this dang fruit flies.
Oh,
little
yeah.
tiny
I think
things.
actually this one might catch those too.
Well, then I need to get some because that bugs me.
Check, but I know I always do a vinegar trap for a while. We only have fruit flies maybe for a little bit in the year, but
yeah. Anyway, well, enough fly talk.
Enough fly talk. You have a previous finish before we do featured friends?
I do, but maybe I showed this before.
Oh, we'll show it again.
I'm not sure.
Some people will remember. I probably won't. I don't remember, but
excuse me.
It's so cute. Well, I mean, I would see it in your house, so I can't really remember.
I know. I don't know what this pattern is. I did date it. I did this in, I think, 98. And I looked at it. It usually hangs in my entryway, and it got knocked off the day of the wedding because people were in the hallway bumping into it. And so it's really hard to hang. I need to get a better hanger on the back of it. So it's been just propped up in my bedroom on my little table. And I picked it up and looked at the verse again today. And I thought, oh man, I really love it. The verse is, we are not alone. We are assisted and defended by powerful and glorious order of invisible beings, angels, source unknown.
I like
I love that. I've always loved the idea of angels all around us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, she's kind of folksy, and I need to probably frame her better. I did in one of my wonderful framing jobs where you just trim it and
Is
pin
it
it.
gotta be pinned, right?
Possibly. Yeah, it's pinned,
I'm sure you pinned it to get it in that thing.
but it's
Such a
loose.
cute frame though. It's a really nice
It is
frame.
a cute frame. I mean, I do like it. It does kind of go with it. I just need to get her, it's kind of loosening up.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my previous finish. I haven't shown one of those for a while, but this is hung on my wall for a very long time. I kind of forget about it because it's just
Well,
always
yeah,
there.
it's not one of those pieces that I feel like you hang in a really featured spot. So I sort of see it, but I don't even know if I've ever read the verse on it. Like
Yeah.
I've probably walked by it a million times in my life.
It's usually on the wall, just right in front of me on the other side as you walk in the door. And I usually have a little wooden angel that hangs next to it. But anyway, that's my previous finish.
So cute. I am pulling up the email really quickly for our featured friend, but I had it and then I lost it.
So if you don't know,
Oh, yeah,
we love it when people email us. The email is in the box below. A picture of a whip or a finish, what you're working on that we can share and highlight your work too, just not just ours. And it's fun to see the different patterns. And this one today that she's going to show is one that I kind of forgot about, but that I had shown Sarah a while ago and she loved it. And then when she showed it to me tonight, I'm like, oh, I remember that pattern. Yeah. But so email us because we love to be able to do that. And you can do it as much as you want. You know, yeah, I know you all have more than one thing you're working on. So if you've sent us one picture, you could certainly send us another one. Yeah,
we do love to. We had a little Zoom meetup last Saturday, and I just was so honored by just the community that I feel like the stitching world has given me. And it really has, like, I know we've said this a million times, but it has gotten me through some really hard times to have something to look forward to, whether it's Instagram messaging with somebody that I'm getting to know through the stitching world or just watching somebody's FLosstube and commenting back and forth. It doesn't matter. It has been like kind of a lifesaver during a pretty tough time for me. So we've been honored just to even be able to feature some of your work. So this was from Paula Brubacher. I hope I'm saying that right. It could be Paula Brubaker. So sorry if I'm saying your last name wrong, but she sent this to me a couple weeks ago, and then I had gotten another one in front of that I shared instead. First, not instead, but first. She said, so, oh, actually, I'll put it right here so you can see it. Okay. I feel like our home that's sort of like the home I dreamed of for a long time. I would love to stitch this. In fact, sorry, my dog's barking. In fact, when you gave me this magazine in June, I flipped to that and I was like, I kind of want to stitch that, but I sort of forgot about it just because I have a lot of other things going on. And it was a good reminder that I still do want to stitch that because I love it. So she says, this design by Barbie Laux, Laux, of Twisted Willow Designs out of the Just Cross Stitch June 2021 issue is called Home. I stitched this up for my nephew and his new wife as a bridal shower gift, which is like such a precious idea. I used a latitude longitude website to get the GPS of their address. I bought the frame at Michael's. And I love that too because no matter whether they move to a new house or like it's still like a memory of your one place that was. Yeah. It'd be kind of fun to think about stitching something for each place that you live. I'm sure
I was just thinking about that. I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll stitch that when we move and we have our dream house. I don't know how dreamy it's going to be, but then I thought, oh, but I will have spent more of my life probably in this house, depending on how long I live in the other house. And I was just thinking, well, I could stitch one up for this house
Mhm.
and have it,
It would
and
still
then
be,
do another one. It's not
Yeah.
that big of a pattern.
no, or you could probably find another pattern and just put, I'm sure there are probably other designs like that.
Yeah. And I was also thinking about stitching it, you know, my daughter-in-laws aren't really into stitching, and I don't know, you know, and they're not really big decorators. Well, the one has a very clean, modern look to her house, and the other one lives in a trailer. So
Mhm.
she's got very limited space. I love you, Cassidy. I know you watch us. And the other, my new daughter-in-law, she does kind of decorate. Like she
Yes, she does.
puts together little, and I was just thinking that would be a fun gift for, she wouldn't like anything really frou-frou-y, but
Mhm.
that's really very clean and simple and could be meaningful. And they are in their first apartment as a married couple. That will always hold a special meaning to them, I think. And they probably will be there unless something, you know, drastic happens for a while they finish school. So
Yeah.
it's a really nice complex. And I think so far they're really happy there with the management and stuff. So I
That's
might think about that. She doesn't watch us, so I can say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Be a nice.
thank you for sharing, Paula.
Thank you. Yeah, we love it. So I might be caught up on all of the ones that have come in. So if you're thinking about it and dragging your feet or whatever,
Easy. It's easy. You don't have to do anything.
you just email it to us at our email account, which is listed in the description box below, stitchandstuffxs@gmail.com. All one word, stitch and stuff xs.
Uh-huh.
Well, whips. I,
Whip it up.
man. Well, okay, I did a lot of knitting this week because I'm trying really, well, I knit a shower hat, a baby hat. For a wedding shower, I decided at the last minute to go to. I'll just hold up my
A wedding shower you went to?
Oh man. See, this is why we usually film in the afternoon. Even though I am a night person, I'm not sure I'm great at talking at night. So I knit this for a baby shower that I got invited to. And like last week, I had bought a couple of
Pull it down a little bit.
like this.
Yeah, there you go. Now you can see the button in the top of the hat.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I decided at the last minute, not the super last minute, but midweek, I thought, I think I want to knit her a hat too. She's having a little baby girl. It's a friend from church. So I popped that out and I've been working really hard on that baby sweater. So my stitching suffered a little this week. But do you want me to start or you want to start?
Well, you can start.
So probably started last week. You should.
Oh, do you want me to start then?
Yeah, you start. You just,
Okay.
I've talked a lot.
Okay. Well, I did work on more things than I have been in the past. I have a new start. And I did, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have known this, but Aunt Nancy came bearing gifts when she came here, and she gave me Little House Needleworks Sit and Stitch.
I love that one too. Yeah, that's so cute.
Not really focusing.
There you go.
Oh, might be backwards. Is it backwards to you?
Nope.
Backwards to me.
Yeah, it's not.
I love those little houses. Whoops.
They're so
The little houses down here.
Mhm.
So I have it, and she'd given us the fabric too. So I just had gone out a while ago and got the flosses, not very many of them. And I started this
Oh.
upper border. Candy, be proud of me. I started with the border. and this is on a light mocha Belfast linen. And I got all Classic Colorworks for it. So anyway, that was kind of fun. That was kind of
That's fun.
Forget why I did it. I was in a mood. I needed to start. Like a hole in the head, but so I started that, got a little bit of love on it. And then I also worked on my magazine monthly piece is this. I don't have a color picture of it, but it's it's called Autumn Leaves by Janice Lockhart.
For September or for August? Oh, this is for August.
For August. And it's from the November 2012. No, wait. It's the 2012 September, October just cross stitch. I started it in November last year for my magazine piece.
Yeah.
And it's very fallish, and it's got that big old tree in that house. And the theme this month was bird for Robin. One of the moderators of that group loves birds and it's her birthday month. So I decided to do the bird, but I didn't get a whole lot done. This fabric is not the funnest fabric. It's a 30 count, which I don't have much 30 count. It's Cocoa Legacy. I don't know why I don't like it. It's just hard to stitch on. So I did the work. I did some of the tree, and when I started I think that word's going to be copper.
Yeah.
So very variegated, that tree is.
Yeah, I like that striped.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'll work on that some more before the end of the month because I do want to make some progress on it. Some good progress because I do like it. And then I worked on my Biscornu.
Biscornu.
My Biscornu is by, sorry about that, Sunshine X Stitch. Sunshine X Stitch. She's on Instagram.
And Etsy.
And Etsy. I gotta find the color picture real quick. Oh, heavens to Betsy, where did it go? Sorry, I must have. I've got two patterns kind of in this pouch. There's the violet one and.
Oh, that's right.
I don't. It's in the pouch still.
Oh. Didn't come out.
Come out. It was folded up. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's just on the glue. Oh no, here it is. Yeah, you guys, this is why we don't record at night. It's the Gerbera.
I think we should probably look up how to say that word.
Daisies.
How do you say that word? I'm looking.
And I have almost, well, no, I shouldn't say almost got the front done because I almost have the daisies done on the front, but I still have all the little eyelets to do because there's little blue eyelets all around. But that's my start.
You've gotten so far. You're almost done with that front.
There's one more daisy to put there, and then.
All right, are you ready? Gerbera. That's what Google says. Gerbera.
This is my Gerbera daisy Biscornu. Anyway, I do love it.
I think that's the Latin name for what we call Gerber daisies.
Gerber daisies.
I think
Gerber
might be the Latin.
Let's call them Gerber. This is my Gerber daisy Biscornu.
I'm going to
like I
remind you
said,
for next week. Remember, it's Gerbera.
Gerbera. One more daisy and then a bunch of little blue eyelets. And then the bottom is the same, but they're all kind of scattered around in a different order.
Really cute.
Very fun. It's not hard. I can whip one of these little flowers out pretty quickly if I just did it. And if Kendra could finish that bird one that she just finished.
I know, Kendra, we want to see that for a featured friend.
Yes,
I'm going to message you on Instagram in case you haven't watched this yet.
Yeah, Kendra.
Make sure we want to show it.
Yep. And then I worked on my Joyful World. This month is not my favorite one to work on.
Is this the dog?
It's the dog, and they're not even at the dog yet. And I love the dog, and the dog reminds me of my Molly that we put to sleep last year. But that's not the problem. I don't know what. Well, the problem is that there's no good jumping off point. I'm going to show this because it's free, but I start down here, right? And then usually you've got flowers and you can kind of,
you don't want to do the
lazy daisies. And so there's not really a good solid place. So I'm going to have to work over and up. And anyway, I did decide I was not going to leave all those lazy daisies to the end because there's a lot of lazy daisies.
Yeah.
And they are not my forte. They do not, mine look a little wonky. You won't be able to see on this camera, but let's see.
I can see where they are. They don't look wonky. I mean, they look like flowers, so that's what
I do. But some are, you know, I wish I could get it up closer. I wish this camera was better.
That's how you can kind of see it. I know it's not perfectly focused.
There. So I finished the leaf. I did do those scattered. I thought, where am I?
That's a good idea to do the confetti and then just.
I thought, how am I gonna figure out where to start these little suckers? So I did the confetti, the orange confetti. But
that was probably a pain. No wonder you're not having fun.
I know. And these little confetti leads to the butterfly up here. So I'm thinking from the butterfly, I'll be able to count over to August. I really
Then
like counting down, huh?
Then you can go down to the flower.
Yeah, because I want to start the dog. I like to go down.
Yeah.
So once I get this done, there's not so many over here, but
Yeah.
I still love it and it's adorable, but lazy daisies are a little more time consuming. I was kind of looking around thinking, what other kind of flower could I put in there? But I wasn't that creative.
I have mine next week. I just realized. So I
Did you
can
not
show
do
it finished. Well, yeah, because we were getting rid of something that it's in a big frame, and we were kind of wondering if we could save the frame and use it for this. But here's mine, all done.
There's your lead. And I also have started with the wrong color, but it's not going to matter. There's
Oh.
3 colors of lazy daisies in that big bunch. It's
Oh,
kind of a
that's
sugar
right.
plum and 2 blues.
Sorry, here, let me get it more like
Yeah, hold it up.
condensed so you can see what it'll be like.
And it's good. It's good to learn and to remember an old skill.
My lazy daisies aren't great either, just so you know. They're just
And I kind of putting them wherever, you know,
little
kind of.
loops. Yeah, and it's not like, I mean, this one in the middle here is like real squished.
Yeah, and sometimes I just pull them too tight and then they close up, and then I'm picking at it with my fingernail to try to open it back up. And
yeah, you do have to do them kind of loose.
I also found myself having to kind of rotate the hoop around, so I was
not catching the.
Yeah, and having a better grip on it. I think other than this last thing I'm going to show you.
I love stitching this piece.
I know, I wish you'd do another one.
She's got other designs. I probably should just look at her other designs and pick one and do one.
This I worked on
My Snowflower Diaries, in case you have missed.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Say that or you haven't. Yeah. Snowflower Diaries, The Joyful World calendar. We always call it The Joyful World SAL because she released it a little at a time over a few years ago. So I did mine I did it in 2019, finished the border in 2021, just this year.
You know what? I did not do what I was supposed to do this week.
Oh,
I feel like I was looking at it, but I never pulled my year at Hawk Run Hollow out, and I was going to.
Shame.
I did. Oh, I did work on this a little bit too. Not much, but it's worth showing. I'm just making sure because I did spin and started this week different things, but I don't want to show those. But I did work on Swirling Around by Misty Purcell of Luminous Fiber Arts. It's this adorable little acorns and squirrels. And I didn't do a ton, but I did start the letter A.
Nice. Cute.
Yeah, it's cute. It's a cute one. It's long and skinny. And then I did work on my Bloom pincushion, which should be done by now, but it's not. I kind of got on a roll with it. Once I kind of settled in, I told Sarah, I've said it before too, that the chart did not print well. And so it's blurry. The symbols are really hard to differentiate, but luckily there's not that many colors. So I'm basically going off that for placement, but I actually can count the stitches on each of these because they're simple.
Yeah.
So what I did was I did this one, and I did this one, and I went back and did the Smyrna, I think it's Smyrna crosses in that tall one there.
I like this piece. I like that green you're doing it on.
There, I kind of get the
So
color.
springy.
Yeah, it is springy, and I do love it. It'll be really
Such
cute.
a cute pillow. Is that what you're doing with it? A pillow?
Yeah, a little pillow. So I basically just have this one, and this
Yeah,
one.
you're really not that.
And the word bloom. I'm
where
not
does it say
really
bloom?
wild. Huh?
Where does it say bloom? Oh, it's hard to see in the video.
Yeah.
I see it, the little pink word.
So if you look at this, they left this natural inside the middle of that one. It's just natural colored.
I can't.
Fabric.
Between the dark brown and the
Yeah.
pink?
Yeah. And this one is too.
Really?
You don't stitch in the middle of that one.
Oh, the one on the edge looks like it's stitched, but the other
It's
one,
not, but look at mine. You can see the green.
oh yeah, I would stitch it.
And so
Oh, it's too late. Maybe you've done a bunch
well,
of.
I mean, I could pick that out, but I was thinking about leaving that one just the way it
Yeah,
is.
but I would
But
maybe.
this next one that I'm going to stitch, I'm going to put white in the middle because there's
Yeah.
a white in this one and there's no other white anywhere else. So I might just leave that.
Yeah, I think that would work. And it's not really crazy to have it green, but.
No, but I kind of don't like it. And I actually, if I do that to the other one, I might end up ripping out this back. It's kind of a weird little stitch, but.
I guess it makes sense if you're stitching it on brown, but
yeah,
the color of your fabric really dictates.
Yeah, so that kind of dawned on me this week. Like, I don't think I like that very much. And then I worked a little bit on Mary and Minty a couple of days. But I don't feel like I have that much to show for it. Huh. Maybe I only did it one day.
By Brenda Gervais at Christmas time last
I
year.
basically worked on Santa.
Oh. Yeah, I think the Santa's all new.
Yeah, I think I had just his hand.
Yeah.
Or the beginning of his hand. And
yeah.
Yeah, so I worked on that. I think this is going to make an appearance on my ABC Ingo board for Magazine Monthly. And then last thing I worked on, and I'm really making an effort here, was my sunflower fairy.
Good for you.
If you don't know what that one
I had
is.
a dream about the sunflower fairy piece, now that you say that, but I don't know what it was about.
Sunflower Fairy by Nora Corbett. I did start this last year. I think you can buy it as a separate pattern, but I got it I ordered it off of Hirschner's back issue because I couldn't find it. Oh, I don't think I realized it was maybe still in print. There's several Nora Corbett's. By the way, I found out that ring around the roses that I did that I'm doing, that's out of print, that pattern.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, so I made more progress.
Wow. Wait, are you done with all those petals now?
I have a little bit to do in here.
Wow.
And then there's some loose petals like this that fall down. But yeah, pretty, and then there's a bunch of petals that fall down here. So I have like these and a few of these. But yeah, I'm coming down. I'm probably right about here.
Oh my goodness.
So I do enjoy, I'm enjoying this one more now that I'm kind of out of that huge conglomerate. Huh?
Hold up the picture again. I want to see her skirt. It makes me think of the
Gathering Egg Girl
skirt where she has all the red, pinks, and yellows and orange.
Cute. And then all the little beads. I'm kind of excited about doing beads again. I haven't done beads in so long.
Never really have done beads other than on my. I've done a few on those shepherd's bush stockings where I've had the charm pack, and there's like beads here and there, but never like there will be on my cranberry,
like that.
Cranberry and pines stocking. I'll show it in a minute.
Yeah, and I'm using the Valdani threads. I really am thinking I'm going to start that Rosewood Manor Autumn Quaker on the first day of fall.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've got fabric and you gave me the threads and I just love that piece. I love all of those seasonal ones. They've got the spring, summer, and winter.
Yeah.
Spring one is, and I hate spring, but that
beautiful though.
It's beautiful. And that is all she wrote.
Oh, excuse me. I am gonna not yawn. I'm not even yawning it. Okay, I'll show you what I did the most this week, other than that baby hat that I showed the picture of. I've been working on this sweater. I've showed it a million times because it's taken me almost like a year. Not really, but half a year.
No.
This baby sweater. Pretty sure I started it in like January, February.
You didn't talk about it back then.
Maybe I didn't start it all the way back then though. But I feel like I started it because this baby was born. Well, I guess I can't remember when he was born. I'll have to go back and think about it. But I started it soon after because I didn't have anything ready to get. Wasn't able to make it to this baby shower of my friends, and I thought I'd really like to knit her a baby sweater. So I picked out this design by Georgie Hallam. Georgie, well, I don't know what her last name is, but it's Tiki Knits because I think she changed her last name at some point. But her patterns are usually excellent, really well written, really easy to follow. And I've knit several of her sweaters before for the girls over many years and never had any issue. And I'm thinking this must be one of her early patterns because it's a very different construction than anything else I've ever knit by her. and the pattern was complicated to read. Like there were sections of it that I read like 100 times and I was still like, I think I'm gonna just have to like do it. Here's Liddy. So you knit the sleeves separately and then put them on waste yarn so they're not actually sealed off with a bind, you know, they're not bound off. And then you knit the bodice, and there's a zigzag stitch I'll show in a second with a cable. So I'm cable needle up through. That's fine. That was doing fine. And then you're supposed to just join those stitches on to the bodice. And I read that a million times. Finally, I just was like, I'm just going to do it. And if it doesn't work, and I had to tweak it some because it didn't really make sense. The things that she was saying to do didn't line up with what I had. But I
want to look at that pattern when I come over.
I know.
See what you're talking about.
I don't know why it was, and maybe it was just me. This will continue to decrease up the shoulder a little bit more. And then there's a hood that's supposed to have this zigzaggy pattern in it, but I'm just going to stitch it straight. I'm tired of doing cable zigzags.
Yeah, it's cute though.
And then you stitch up the hole on the underarm. So you basically join it here. And yeah, it was very weird. And yeah, so if you end up having started this or planning to start it, it is adorable. This yarn is from Hobby Lobby. So it's not like super fancy yarn, but it'll wash well. So which is good for
I think I feel like she had another pattern that was like that. Or there was no, I knit one of the girls that Jane sweater, and it wasn't the sleeves, but it was the yoke and the bodice that was really hard.
Yeah.
Which was unlike her.
Rolled hem.
Oh, it's really cute.
The back.
I love the rolled hem.
So I'm really close to finishing this bodice. And then you continue to shape it up while you start the little placket for the hood to then go up. But yeah, I do love it. And the little sleeves have this little knit. It's kind of hard to see because my light is so bright. Just a little.
Oh, little, yeah.
Finished little roll with a little stopper so it can't keep rolling. It is cute. I can't wait to have it done and give it to her. I knit the 12-month size and it looks kind of big to me, but I think it might just look big because he is a very petite baby. He is really.
There's no way you could have adapted those sleeves where you just put them on, like if you did that again.
Well, now if I did it again, I would just know how to do it.
But if you didn't want to do that.
It wasn't actually that hard once I just did it. I was just had to like work up the mental courage to be like, I'm just going to do it. And then I just kind of followed her directions and modified a little bit as I went and hoped it would turn out, and it did. So I would be willing to do it again. You could probably just bind off those sleeves and seam them on, but the problem with that is it's part of the raglan, like the shaping goes up this way, and so to have the stitches, it allows it to have that raglan shaping like this seam, which I do.
Yeah, so trying to modify that.
I have knit raglan sweaters before, so I've done a similar construction. So I don't know why this.
I've only done raglan top down.
Maybe that's why. Maybe I've only done it from the top down.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's worth it, but
yeah,
it was pretty tricky. So I did that height of it. I knit that because I really want to finish that and get that to her. And I have a really terrible picture of my Biscornu. Like my printer's not good. I say that every week, but it's actually not too bad, I guess.
Not too bad.
Flinders Fields Biscornu. This is the one I've been working on. It's quite a bit of stitching, and I made a mistake during our Zoom call. I noticed it, but I was able to repair it. Actually, during the call, I ripped out the little bit I needed to rip out, and I'm in the process of putting it back in.
That's pretty.
So this week I did all of this from basically here down.
Yeah. You made it work.
Look, I match.
Very pretty.
I obviously like this gold color.
Very pretty.
So I really need to keep going on that. Oops, I forgot to put the design in. And then, pattern back in. Let's see. Things are kind of, oh, this is kind of exciting. I was determined to finish the second square of my Shorza Hakon Hamlet this week because I've been stuck on it forever. But I did it.
Yay!
Just to show Mom that I could do it.
Didn't have that much left to go, so I'm proud of you.
I really didn't have that much left after last week. I had most of that light blue border. Is it showing up? There's a little blue border.
No, a little bit on the one side, yeah. Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah.
I think I had all the eyes still to do.
Uh-huh.
and some fill in with the blue fishes. But most of the biggest thing was just getting that light blue border around.
Yeah, those little borders take a while.
Yeah, once I got ticking on it, it was fine. So I'm done with block 2.
Yay!
And I am stitching it. Well, I'll show this because I talk about it in the Zoom call. So I'm stitching it 2 strands, half stitch, rather than 1 strand with an X stitch, because then I can go faster. But I realized partway through this block that different motifs, I was doing half cross this way, and other motifs I was forgetting, and I was doing half cross because I want to do half cross from the right, bottom right to the top left. So it looks like a finished X because the fabric count is so small. I'm doing it on 28 count, 2 over 1 half cross. It fills it in pretty well. Although I do think in the future, if I'm doing one little line of stitching, I'm going to do X's because you can kind of see where it's not crossed, especially in person.
Oh, I can see it a little bit. Yeah.
It's not a huge deal. And down here, I actually did end up doing like a little quarter stitch just to see how it looked. Like here, it looks like it's not really quite joined. So in the future, what I will do is, first of all, what I will do is make sure I'm doing them all the right way, because the yellow fish actually has some going this way and some going that way because I started like different. See,
That would be me.
Make me see if you looked really close.
Cute. He's a cute little fish.
He is a cute little fish.
Oh, and the seahorse has a little hat on.
I know, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a hat or a fin.
It looks like a little hat.
But I don't think it would look like a hat if it was an X. Well, no, it kind of does. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a hat.
It looks like a little hat.
Nothing else in this one is quite that whimsical, though.
Well, she stuck a whimsical in there.
A little seahorse looks like he has a little hat. Maybe it is a little hat. I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I was just
I
stitching
think it's a little hat.
So in the future, if I'm not doing like kind of a full coverage motif, I'm going to do 1 stitch, 1 X. I don't think it's too bad. My border, I did 1 strand with an X so that it ends up being 2 strands, just one is crossing the other.
Right, yeah.
So I think that's what I'm going to do from now on. If you do, like Tina from Tina Stitches recommended doing it this way. That's how she does a lot of her big full coverage pieces, and she can go faster. Like she's doing Beloved from Heaven and Earth Designs, and it's gorgeous. You would never guess that they're just half crosses because she's just like, it's beautiful. But this is not full coverage. So you can kind of see where there's gaps.
Yeah.
So if you've done this before, what do you think? Would you do X's or would you just leave it? I'm leaving this one. I'm not messing around with it this time, but I think in the future, this is kind of my little learning piece.
Well, I think you can kind of play around with it and see if you like it, or if it looks too noticeable that it's too different.
I could just, yeah, I probably will just kind of play around
with it.
So I wanted one of my older WIPCO goals that I never really finished. I think it was from May maybe or June, was my, I'm looking for the picture, sorry. The Cuore e Batticuore. I just call it my Christmas tree piece. Man, where's my picture?
Oh, I didn't say though. Sunflower Fairy was my second June WIPCO piece, and I've got a half hour left to go on it. So
I still have 5.5 hours left to go on this one, but I thought I'd try to make a little bit of progress. And I did. I finished all the white on this side of the room.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah. And I'm partway down the side, the other side. I'm hoping it'll show up. It's kind of hard to see the white in this light on the fabric. So here's where I'm at total. It is so cute. It's worth all the white I've been doing. So I'm gonna hold it up. See, there's the white.
Yeah, we could see it.
And then
does the heart get filled in with white?
Well, there's supposed to be like just a straight stitch down and straight stitch down and across like a window. But I might fill it in, or I don't know.
You don't have to. I just wondered.
I might use the brown though, because the white just doesn't show up. So you'd never see it. I feel like even in person, the white doesn't show up as much as I kind of wish it did. Yeah. So I think, and I might do that in each of these little hearts. You can have some dessert, yeah. Save some for me. We grilled strawberries tonight, and I made coconut whipped cream. It's part of my meal prep. Anyways, so there we go. I'm almost done with the house, really. I just need to finish the snow from here down. And I have some snow down here to do, but I don't count that as the house. That's the porch.
No, and you can do that in sections.
Here, I'll show the whole piece again now that I've showed mine.
Mhm.
I still have a lot left to go, but the biggest chunk will be
That house.
the house has been kind of a bear.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way. Oh, there's a little cutie thing hanging in the window.
Oh,
And I don't think they have anything on those other little hearts, but I might make them into little windows, but I might not.
uh-huh.
And there's a cute little heart ornament hanging off. So I do.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, and there's a garland and a chimney. Wait, I've done the chimney. No, I haven't done the chimney. Oh, man. No, I still haven't done the stinking house. Just kidding. I have a lot left. But it's cute. And I still have 5.5 hours to go on it for my whip go done.
So you might get that house done after all.
I might, just to get my whip go done.
Mm-hmm.
The only other thing I worked on that I could remember, I was trying to do a tree a day, but my knitting kind of took over. But I've been working on cranberry and pines, and I did do several trees.
Yeah.
I'm still working up in this area. I really love this piece. It's nice stitching. I don't know, I think the fabric I'm using is nice.
Her patterns, that's all DMC, right?
Yes, it's all DMC.
Yeah. And Rose, and I was looking.
Million beads.
I'm pretty sure like Rosewood Manor's tulips, and she's got the sunflower one, and she's got chrysanthemum sampler, her flower ones.
Yes.
And like this, they're just so gorgeous. And I think those ones are DMCs. Her Quakers are Valdanis.
Right.
But
you gave me music among the trees, among the
Yes.
trees, and I really want to start that one. I love that one.
yeah, is that one? I think that one's DMC, isn't it? think
I
it's
can't
DMC.
remember, but I think so.
Mhm.
And I have fabric for it, so I really just need
Huge.
to get the threads and start it.
Yeah.
It is. It's really big.
Mhm.
So this is where I'm at. I stitched
You got a lot done on that.
I know.
I mean, in total.
It's gonna go down a ways still, but yes,
Yeah,
I
but-
have. Here you can see. Okay, is it backwards from each other to you? Yes.
No.
I mean, it's going this way and here
Yeah.
it's going this way. But so yeah, I mean, I still do have quite a bit because I started around.
Yeah.
So I have like all this to do. But yes, I feel like it's coming along. It really helps to just have that like one tree a day thing, and then if I do like 3 or 4 small ones or
Yeah, fill in with the little tiny ones that'll
whatever,
be quick.
little baby steps bring great things. Okay,
Baby steps.
that's everything I worked on.
I did forget to show that I was knitting on baby Junie's bonnet.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not very far, but I'll just show it just to prove that I did something. So I've never done a bonnet before because you knit it flat and then then I have to seam it. Yay. So it's got this little,
Oh.
can't really see it.
Oh yeah, I think we
Violet.
showed this last week, but you only had a little.
Yeah, I did a couple more rows. The pattern is,
So
it's
cute.
just complicated enough that it's hard to do social knitting.
Oh yeah, so we kind of have to do it. Oh
Yeah, anyway, I'll
pretty.
get it done someday before she outgrows it. Little munchkin though, she's getting pretty chunky.
I know, it's just
She's
so
getting to be a chunky little monkey.
my sweet little baby Junie.
I know.
I told Jesse at lunch today, at dinner tonight, I'm ready to go back over to Kent so I can kiss my Junie again. He goes, I don't think so.
Well, you can come over.
I know. Well, one of these days. No, I don't have time right now.
No. Okay.
Okay, well, do you have any haul?
Haul. I do have one. I have 2 hauls. They're not very. I mean, it's not like big thing, but I told you last week that I had rewarded myself for just no reason. I think.
Yeah.
So I ordered a project bag from Quilting with Nico, Christina.
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought you were gonna get it.
So I got this
Oh.
adorable bag. Look
Oh
at
my
it. It's got little
Your work
squirrels.
is so cute.
Little
Mm,
handles
Christina.
just get me every time. I love the little handles. I don't know why.
I know. I love the bag.
I've already put a project in it. I put my things of autumn in there.
Oh,
And the inside fabric is really pretty too.
I love that.
Pretty, just beautiful. She makes really nice bags. I really like them. I like the size of them. I have my ABC bingos in here, and I've got more project bags than I thought I did, and I got 3 from her. I've actually got, yeah, 3 from her. I got that, and then I won a long time ago. Poor Carolyn Zook has been so, you know, with her house, buying her house and then taking a trip, was really behind on giveaways, and I don't win giveaways very often.
Stitch, if you don't know.
Zook Stitch, and so gosh, probably back in June maybe, I won a Barbara Anna pattern that I've actually always had my eye on.
Oh.
And after doing the spring heart one I did this year for Magazine Monthly, the blue one, I won this spring one from her.
Oh.
Oh, I should take it out.
Maybe you'll like spring more if you have more cute spring things to put out like that.
I certainly have a lot of spring patterns, so I must be really, I don't even really think about it. I just see them and I like them. So I like spring stitching. I just hate spring gardening. Take it out of the package.
Maybe you would like spring when you move more.
Maybe. So it's that one.
Such cute colors.
I know, the little chicks.
Gosh.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yes.
that's poppies. I wonder if those are poppies.
Maybe.
Anyway, that came in the mail, and that was a delightful surprise because I really haven't been ordering much. So going to the mailbox isn't all that much fun anymore because I'm not expecting anything. And then when there is a package, I'm like, oh, I must have forgotten. I ordered something, and then I look at it and it's for Cassidy.
Oh,
She's still buying stuff. Then my other little bit of haul. So my good friend Jody, who got me my job way back 16 years ago, and was like a second mom to Sarah and my other kids, and she lives up the street from me. We used to cross stitch together. There was a group of us that used to get together on Tuesday nights, and all of us cross stitched before I ever learned to knit, before Jody learned to knit. And we all cross stitched. And then over the years, you know, raising her family, and I didn't stitch anymore. We didn't get together anymore as a group. And then she kind of came along when we started knitting, and she learned how to knit. And she's had a really rough couple of years. I mean, just work has been hard, and some other stuff has been hard. And I think she's just really working on finding, you know, she's almost an empty nester. She's got a daughter that's kind of in and out, but so she's kind of trying to find what's making her happy, what helps her relax. And she started to cross stitch again when we started to FLosstube, but she hadn't talked about it much. And she actually bought a light too, so she could see. But she came to my house the other day for coffee, and she had a basket of stuff, and she had some Ada from a long time ago to give to the girls. And anyway, she said, I just can't, it frustrates me. She said, my eyes just can't take it. I think after working all day and on a computer, her eyes just don't do it. And so anyway, she had some stuff for me to give to the girls, but then she has this, and this just made me smile because years and years and years ago, I had my own house cleaning business, and I cleaned house for a gal that was a stitcher, and she had this adorable, it's before project bags were a thing, and she had this adorable pouch, and they're all bound with bias tape and they snap, but when you open it up, it's these pockets. And so you could put your pattern in here and your magnet board, but instead of carrying them like this, it was like this. And so I had one. I finally got rid of it not too long ago because it was just falling apart, because she made me one.
I have one too, and I might have finally tossed it because it was I might have it somewhere downstairs.
Yeah.
But
our friend Sue, who also cross stitched at the time, but is also a quilter, she took mine and figured out how to make them. And so she made Jody this one.
So
and
that lady made you one?
The lady made me mine,
Whoa.
but she made everybody else theirs. And she put this cute little house button and these little scissors and little buttons. And
So
I thought, I'm not giving that to the girls. I'm going to keep it because it's from Sue, and I just love it. And I don't have mine anymore. And I just carried my stitching all the time in this. So that was really sweet. And then, but she kind of teared up when she was giving this stuff away. And I go, Jody, I said, I think she's just trying to declutter her house too. And like I have. Like I've given my scrapbooking stuff all away. I've given most of my quilting stuff away because I just don't think I'm going to do those. And if I do, then I can buy fabric again. And I told her that. I said, Jody, if you decide you want to stitch again when you're retired, you can still stitch again, but maybe this isn't the right time. So she messaged me while we were doing our Zoom meetup with our Zoomy friends. And she was part of my knitting group that I was a part of for many, many years. And we don't do that anymore. And we always met like on Thursday night. So she texted me and said, I really want to do I don't know how she put it, but I really want you and I to do a knitting night together again. And anybody that wants to join us can. So like, if you guys want to Zoom in, you can Zoom in. So I said, yeah, let's do that. So I think
That'd be fun.
Trying to reclaim part of her life, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was the story behind that little piece of haul.
Sweet.
It is sweet.
I got nothing. I don't think I went to the store at all.
Got nothing? It's okay. No shame. Get this back in the package. I'm really sorry, but it's bugging me because it's sticky. Okay.
Girls are gonna tramp by because they're headed to bed. Love you.
Night, girls. I love you. I'll see you next week.
Love you.
I'll see you next week.
Lily's just over there reading the magazine instead of going to bed. What are you doing? It's time for bed. I know. Well, you put it somewhere in the bathroom and you can read it tomorrow. You'll remember if it's in the bathroom. What do we do now?
Do giveaways?
Oh, giveaways. So last week we were giving away that sweet Santa, Prairie Schooler Santa. Is it from 2021?
Yes.
Yes. With the raccoon. And the winner of that is Sue Allen. So congratulations, Sue. We have your address, unless you've moved, in which case you should probably make sure we know. And don't send it to the wrong one, but otherwise it hasn't been that long. So we'll send it off to you as soon as we can. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sue.
And this week, what do we have?
This was part, I had already decided a while ago to take apart. Sarah and I had started a milk and cream company a year ago for Mania, and I didn't like my fabric. I just didn't like a couple of the colors that I was using.
Not fully
of
course.
Yeah. Sarah, of course, just plugged along, and I just put mine aside. So I finally decided it was okay to say I wasn't going to finish this. And so I took it apart, put the fabric away, and I am giving away my Milk and Cream Co. pattern, which is super adorable.
It is cute. It is a lot more stitching than you might think looking at that tiny little picture, but it is really worth it. There's weird noises coming from the basement from the children.
The house and the
barn. But yeah, the barn,
barn.
I suppose it could be a house.
It's that barn.
How I love with the patchwork in it. And I don't think it's coming through in the picture there. Maybe it will on the picture on her dress with
her dress. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I used either the called for Fancy Flosses or the DMC substitute.
And she does give those. The only thing is I've got some little check marks down here where I was checking off my colors. So,
I really pretty much only used the over dyes.
Yeah.
Except some of the flowers I did the DMC. But
it has enough big areas that you want to use over dyes because it would matter.
Yeah. Whatever the ecru color is and that light green. Yeah, it was worth it to get the Fancy Flosses, the over dyes. Yeah. So we're giving that away. What should we say? Milk?
Milk.
What do you like to do? You could just use the word milk, but if you have a good recipe that uses milk, pudding or I don't know.
Yeah.
We always like to have.
Or just put the word milk at the bottom of your comment.
Yep, that's acceptable too. You don't even have to use the brain power to come up with something creative. We're fine with just milk.
It is very sweet. The only thing I will say also, which is part of why I wasn't happy, is that you definitely probably want to do this on a piece of linen because the baby cows are stitched.
You could do it on an even weave, but
you want to put
stitching two over over
you want to do it over two.
The cows' faces are all over one.
Yeah, the little tiny cows.
No, I think on the
Is the mama cow too?
Mm,
Well, anyway, there's 1/1
just
stitching.
all the smaller cows in the background. All are teensy weensy. The eyes and the, I don't know. Here, let
Yeah.
me see.
And see, I think I was doing mine on an Ada, like a 18 count Ada maybe.
Yeah, and you can't really do like quarter or half stitches on
I mean,
quarter.
maybe there was a way, but I wasn't gonna be up for that to make it look nice. So
It was challenging even on a linen. I had to use my magnifier to be able to see some of the holes, but love it. I do love that piece. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it yet. That's part of why it's not finished, because I'm.
And this is a treasure for me because this was bought at Stitchville, USA when I got to go to Stitchville.
Really?
Yes, it was. So that's our giveaway.
So use the word milk. I'm going to jot that down so I don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
How about plans?
Well, my plans are to finish up the last half hour tonight on my sunflower fairy before I go to bed. Then June whip go will be done.
Okay.
And then my other plans, I did spin, and I need to work. Pull it out. Must be in the other room, maybe. Gathered in Love came out. I worked on it yesterday, but I don't know where it went. Gathered in Love came out. This piece came out, and I'm not very far on it. Last time I showed it, I think you and maybe Candy pointed out so nicely to me that I was so proud that I had this, you know, that it just had this little bit of border done, and I had the border all done because I thought it was kind of a, it's a broken border. Actually, there's a border down there too. But anyway, it is called Red Finch's Winter Song.
I like that one.
By Deborah's Tempting Tangles. And I do love this.
Yeah, that's a really nice one. I love it on that. It's going to be beautiful on your blue, and that blue is
my blue. Yeah. Anyway, so that came out. And okay, my other one that I need to figure out what I'm going to do with is my Cricut collection. I was going to do those the seasons, the monthly seasons, the pillows. Well, they're not pillows, but I saw somebody do them small enough to make them into a pillow. And I have all the charts. So I have winter. Stephanie, Mrs. What is her name? On Crown Street. I forget her Instagram. Yes, she's doing the autumn one. Well, I started it last year, and I started it on a Ada 22 count. And I was going to do it over 1 to make it small. And I think I dyed this, and I dyed it too dark, and I'm not real pleased with it.
Oh.
That green, which is part of the W, does not show up. It needs to be a much lighter blue.
Yeah.
I don't have that much done, and so I am going to just start over.
I love that fabric though. It's so pretty.
I do, and it'll
be nice if they're on a different fabric, but
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and I had pulled out, I did have this color Ada, and it is a 28 count, and I thought, well, I could do it over 2. It'll be long, but it's okay to have long because they're still only narrow. I have this from Hobby Lobby.
Holster kind of a thing.
Yeah, and it's a lot lighter, but it's not quite big enough.
Oh.
And it's not quite long enough, so I'll probably just go get something at my needlework store, because that came out. It needs to be worked on, but it might not if I don't get any fabric. Dreaming Girl is going to come out this week, and Gathered in Love. Bloom is going to get worked on again.
Good.
Sunflower Fairy, and my Things of Autumn, which was in my new bag from Christina. And then I got all organized. I organized all my patterns, but I also have this tub here. Look at that.
Wow.
These are my, so Magazine Monthly is doing another bingo challenge for September. We did the Baringo in January, and that one was different. You had a prompt for each of the squares, like your oldest whip, your favorite color is in it, stitch something with a bird in it. So you had to find specific pieces that met the prompts. This time, it's just ABCs for like back to school. So you just need to randomly put ABCs on a bingo board. So rather than like Whip Go,
Mm-hmm.
These will be more random. So people will be getting bingos because I just used, I didn't know they had one, but I Googled it. Yeah, they have random letter generator. So I just kind of worked from here and just did a letter. And I wanted to do as few projects as possible so I can make some good progress on these.
Yeah.
So Carolyn Zook from C Zook Stitch filled hers all out with just 7 works. I have more than that, but I'm happy with what I have. Mary and Minty's on there, Things of Winter, Things of Autumn, my Joyful World SAL, You're at Hawk Run Hollow, Dreaming Girl, my Tomato Time Needle Book, Gathering Eggs is on there. Huh? I
love that one.
Yeah, Gathering Eggs is on there a couple of times. My Old World Santas is on there. Things that go boo. That's my orange piece that has the black pumpkins that I'm really close to finishing.
Yes, you're so close.
Yeah, that's on there. Forest Queen from Barbara Anna is on there, and Button Up. So I got that all organized, and I also filled out so that's an extra pop-up challenge, and everything's totally up to you if you want to do it. The monthly theme, because September starting the 2nd year now of this game, is fun and games. And so I feel, what did you put in your mouth?
I was trying to get this pin to work. Ah!
My show.
I'm skinny. Oh my God. Is it better now? Just keeping it real.
No, your teeth are still black.
I was quickly trying to just jot down as you were sharing what I was doing for mine.
Jotting down in your mouth.
Well, sometimes if the pen doesn't work, you can just kind of like pull you can pull some of the ink down, but don't do that with like gel pens.
Take it from Sarah. Don't do that ever.
Yeah, like I do that with these all the time, but ink never like comes out. Tell me now. We'll just leave that in, a little comic relief for you.
You guys wanted to laugh. So anyway, as I was saying before, InkMouth had to interrupt me. I filled out my monthly challenge, which is fun and games. So you can make whatever you want into that theme. And then the acrostic is ABC Ingo, I-N-G-O. So I basically pulled things off of my bingo card to fill in my ABC Ingo. And my focus piece is the piece that I started the year off with last year, our very first month. I started this, in September of last year, and I really love it. Although I'm thinking about changing my fabric.
Oh no, again?
Seems to be a theme with me. I'm not really good at it's.
That's all right.
It's from.
I'm just now.
I would be too. It's from this magazine, World of Cross Stitch, right?
Is that one?
No, this is Cross Stitch Collection. Sorry.
Yeah.
And it is this adorable. And so the reason I picked this for the theme Fun and Games is because fall is my favorite season. I almost broke out the pumpkin spice candle today when it was cloudy and windy, but I thought, no, you're going to wait till September. But this is the pattern. And there's a lot of stitching in those blocks. I was just looking at Mr. Squirrel there.
This would be a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 16? Well, I guess it would be quite a year, but if you started it now and did a block a month, you'd have it done by the end of 2022.
Maybe I'll do that after I finish Joyful World.
I know, so you'd really have to start it at the end of the year.
Yeah, but I can still work on it. Yeah. And I'm not very far. I basically I'm not going to change the fabric. I'm going to keep it.
You should leave it. That's a nice fabric. It's just nice and neutral.
I think it's a 30. I think it's a 36 count. Anyway, I have the pumpkin. I've started in the upper corner right there. And so I'm working on that little pumpkin.
Cute.
So I think I mentioned it last week or the week before, or maybe multiple times, because I'm losing my mind and forgetting what I say, that I'm going to try each month of this next coming year to pull pieces, magazine starts that I did last year and work on them again this year, if I can make them fit the theme.
Right.
And the themes are pretty doable. I mean, they're kind of general, so it's nice to be able to, and they're doing something new this year. So if it's your birthday month, you get to pick your own theme, and then the acrostic for you that month would be party.
Oh, well, I wish I'd known that because I just filled in the September one.
That because you commented on the board. Oh no, you didn't. You commented about the Zoom thing.
Yeah, I didn't see that other thing. I haven't been.
Yeah.
I'm so.
But you can redo your board. You can redo your board.
It's okay. I'm pretty happy with my board. So I'm yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are your plans? So that's my plans. That and once I finish my half hour on Sunflower Fairy, I've got to work on my cardinal, and I have to work on, because he was July WIPCO. This is so ridiculous. I don't even know why I'm still trying to catch up. July WIPCO and loose feathers for July. So what do you got going?
Okay. Well, trying to keep my head on tight and not eat ink. That's just like how I feel about things right now. Okay, so plans. I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
Plans for this next week are, so here's this is like future plans because it doesn't start till September, but I did it. I found a pen that works. So I just filled in basically for my AB Singo list that I made.
Okay.
All the alphabet. Now I need to fill this in and do a random number generator and fill in the grid. But I do want to try doing that because I don't have enough on my plate right now with school planning and trying to start a new job, and
you need a break.
But this is my fun stuff. This is the life
Right.
part. So my plans this week are to finish putting together the AB Singo grid so that it's ready to go. I'm using all whips, and I did decide to do the theme just for this month. I don't have very many magazine projects, but I probably have, I have Gathering Eggs, and I have my tunnel of trees that I started that I love, the Halloween trick-or-treating piece, so I went ahead and put that on there. My goals are very 1 hour, 1 hour across the board.
What's cranberry and pines?
That's my stocking that I'm working on with all the trees.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's a rosewood. And then I want to keep doing a tree a day, and I would like to finish that corner of the next part of my Biscornu, so that I could, in theory, in 4 weeks, it'll probably be more like 6 to 7 if I'm really diligent, get the front done. The back is not quite as much stitching.
Yeah. Oh, I am going to work on my Biscornu too. I didn't say that, but I am.
So a tree a day, my Biscornu, put together my ABC Ingo.
You got ink on your arm. You have ink on your arm too.
Of course I do. Of course I do. Just the one though. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I'll be fine after Wednesday when I take the test.
What happened here? It must be 10 o'clock at night.
I need to finish that baby sweater. I need it off my plate. I need it done. I need to feel like I'm done with that. So that's my main focus this week, is just knitting that silly baby sweater and getting that hood done and giving it away. Once that's done, I will probably also try to work on my Christmas tree Cuore one with the little house.
Yeah. Because
I have 5 more hours left on that for a WIPCO goal. And I'd like to keep up on my, this is my timer. This is what I have left, other than getting Kendra my picture of the thing that she's going to chart for me using the charting software. Other than that, these are the only things I have left that I'm not caught up on. This is a knitting project. I'm not even touching that until I finish this baby sweater. Snow Queen, which is on one of my AB Singos, and my Cuore, which I don't mind pulling out. So that's my plan. It's pretty simple. My plan is to pass the test. That's what my plan is this week.
You're ahead of me.
Well, I've been pretty much like when I'm not sure what to stitch, that's what I pull out. I just look at my timer and I'm like, which one do I want to work on a little bit? So that's it. Okay.
And anything with life, you're taking your test. Yay. I'll be behind you. You'll
I
do
took
fine.
a practice test today and I did great. Like
You're
if
gonna
I
do
did
great.
that well, I'd be easily wouldn't worry about passing. It's a scaled score. So you don't know if you do a practice test, you only get the raw score. It doesn't really tell you what that would have transferred to if you took the test that year. So anyways, it's been hard for me to judge like, how am I doing? But it did, doing the practice test has helped me know what I needed to study more. So this week I really studied cranial nerves, and that really, there were several questions on the practice test I did today that I felt like I could just do like that because that was, I really have that now. So anyway, and then there's just like all the logistics of thinking through starting a little business. But people keep asking and word is kind of going around like, oh, she's going to do this. Oh, I'll refer people to you and that kind of stuff, which is fun. I'm excited. And then I've been doing a lot of school planning for homeschool because I'm still homeschooling. So
how are you going to do that?
Do what? I'm really going to work very minimally. I'm probably going to work an afternoon a week to start with.
Okay.
And then as the girls get more independent, I'll add time. So it shouldn't be that big deal. I'm just going to work a little bit, just enough to kind of dip my toe in and have things ready to go as I want to add hours. I've got little chicks behind me. They're not very little. Should I show them? Nah.
Sure.
No? Okay. So we have chicks, technically, because they're still young, but they're getting bigger. But one of them, I don't know. Come here, baby. This is Snow.
Ooh, what do you have them in a box?
Yeah, there's like a rubber crate.
They don't fly out of it or climb out of it?
Oh, we have a little lid kind of over the top.
Oh, okay.
This is Snow. Hey, Snow, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh.
She was like not putting weight on one leg, and I'm not sure if she still isn't. And I'm not sure if it's broken. I don't know. This poor bird. I don't know what we're gonna do if she doesn't heal. But chicken. And then we have another chicken with a cross bill. So we put it in with her there. Because they were kind of getting picked on. I'm not really sure. Yeah, what's going on with these. The girl, this is kind of their project. So I'm hoping these will make it, and we want to have I'm not going to pull out the other one. It's fine.
You're what?
I'm not going to pull out the other one. Suffice it to say, I have 2 chicks behind me in a little box.
Yeah. That's
it.
My life goal is to survive this week of work. Today was a doozy. I should have known it was going to be a doozy when I stumbled in here with my eyes half closed to log on, and I was looking through my email and I'm typing away, and all of a sudden, bam, a black spider landed on my hand. I don't know if it came off my hair out of bed or if it fell from the ceiling, and I flicked it and I don't know where it went. So it's still somewhere over there around my desk. And so the whole day I'm thinking, are you crawling on my foot? Are you crawling up my leg? Because I don't know. I got the flashlight out. Dad's like, it's probably under your desk, Kim. I said, I know. And that makes me even more scared.
I'm more scared of you than you are of it.
I don't know. I'm sorry. When you landed on my hand and it was big, it was about that
kind of
big.
like, what the heck just happened to me?
It was like that big. It was a big one, big black one. It was, and my fear was it came out of bed with me or something. I'm like, what if it was on my nightgown? Oh my God. But I think it dropped down. So either it dropped
your ceiling and it let down line.
Maybe, although I haven't seen any spiders in here, but I thought, what if it came out of my hair?
Well, you don't just have spiders growing in your hair and had to come.
Well, maybe if it got in my hair in bed or something, because I did find a spider on a pillow that was on the floor, like a throw pillow, and I put it on the bed and there was a spider, a littler one, and I'm like, I tried to kill it. And that was a few weeks ago. So I know they're around. But so I'm on vacation starting Friday, technically, for 2 weeks. So I have a lot to clean up. And I told Dad, either my work has to change how we're doing things, or we can't take vacation anymore at the end of August, beginning of September, because it is probably the busiest time of the year for us. And last year wasn't so bad because of COVID and we really weren't up to speed, but we're definitely up to speed now. And Well, that's what I got to do. I got to get things cleaned up. I looked at my workload this morning at I have a dashboard that I work off of, and I had double the tasks that I normally have on a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
On a good day, I have maybe 30 to 37. On a bad day, I might have 45. I had 85 or something this morning, and I just wanted to crawl back into bed. And I motored through, and I got a lot done, and it was just hard to prioritize because it all seems urgent right now. So anyway, that and stitching, and then I'm going to can this weekend. I'm going to get my peaches, I think on Thursday night or Thursday. So they have a couple of days to kind of sit in the house, and by Saturday they should be good and ripe.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about doing some little sweet pickles. I saw a recipe that looked really good online, so I think I might do that.
Fun.
But I realized I had to do it all before my vacation because we have this coming weekend, and then we're going over to Sarah's the next week for the good part of the week to watch the girls while they go away. And then we come home, and we come home like Saturday, Sunday. And you got a spider?
No, well, it's not a spider. It's some other little kind of bug. It's gone now.
Kill it.
Weird though. It's just like dropped out of the sky onto my computer after.
Anyway, and then we're going to the ocean on the day after we get back from Sarah and Jesse's for a couple of nights. And then when we get back, the remodel of the kitchen saga continues because on the 2nd of September, before we go back to work the next week, Labor Day weekend, they're coming to do my flooring. But I don't know if I ever said, they're not only redoing my kitchen and dining room and hallway, but they're doing my whole living area. And we have to get every piece of furniture out of there. And we have to get the appliances out of there. And I have a big hutch buffet.
That's going to be the hardest one.
Multiple layers of dishes and serving platters. And
It's going to be hard.
we went to Home Depot tonight and brought 5 big crates. I'm probably going to need a couple more because I'm going to put it all in crates. I have nowhere where am I going to store that? Right. I mean, any of the bedrooms that we have available are going to have furniture in them. I can't just lay that stuff on the bed because it'll get bounced around. So I have to pack everything up again, different area of the house this time. But the good news is I'll probably purge a little bit of it out of there and get rid of some stuff because there's a lot.
Yeah, I guess it's forced purging.
Yeah, although I feel like I have purged in the past,
Yeah.
part of it. And the thing is like I got a lot of stuff from my mom last year that I've kind of tweaked in there. And so anyway, I've got so there'll be no time to can unless I do it Labor Day weekend after the flooring goes in. My other fear is my plums are ripening. And I think if I wait till after all the shenanigans are going to be bad.
Yeah.
And I didn't get any last year. So I really want them this year because it only gives fruit every other year. And I don't know if that's normal or if that's just our tree.
I think that can be kind of normal. Like,
yeah,
we have an apricot that only bears every couple of years.
really? Oh, okay.
A few years.
So those are my future plans.
Sounds good.
Fun times.
Yay. Well, thanks for watching. Sorry we're a day late, but we're glad to get done. And
Send us your WIP or your finished project or your FFO project.
And if you want to enter the giveaway for the Milk and Cream Co., make sure you
Milk.
put the word milk in your comment.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go finish putting away groceries.
Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do. Clean up this mess on Dad's desk that I made. He loves it so much.
Okay. At least makes you feel other way. Well, thanks for watching.
We love you. Have a good week.
Happy stitching.
Bye.